The Fall Guy review, Ryan Gosling goes pow. Splat. Ouch. The actor charms as a swaggering stuntman, alongside an underused Emily Blunt, in the latest skull-rattling action movie from David Leitch. Like a certain energized bunny, Ryan Gosling's charmer in The Fall Guy just keeps going as he runs and leaps, tumbles and punches and vaults through the air like a rocket. The actor has shed his Barbie pretty and pink look, if not his signature heat-seeking moves to play Colt Seavers, a stuntman with a long resume, six-packs on his six-packs and a disregard for personal safety. Plunging 12 stories in a building atrium, though, is just another bruising day on the job for Colt until, oops, he nearly goes splat. Directed by David Leitch, The Fall Guy is divertingly slick, playful nonsense about a guy who lives to get brutalized again and again. Soon after it starts, Colt suffers his catastrophic accident, which may be a metaphor for contemporary masculinity, and its discontents, though perhaps not. More unambiguously, the movie is a feature-length stunt highlight reel that's been padded with romance, a minor mystery, winking jokes and the kind of unembarrassed self-regard for movie-making that film people have indulged in for nearly as long as cinema has been in existence. For once, this swaggering pretense is largely justified. There's a story, though it's largely irrelevant given that the movie is essentially a vehicle for Gosling and a lot of stunt performers to strut their cool stuff. Written by Drew Pearce and based on the 1980s TV series of the same title starring Lee Majors, it opens shortly before Colt's 12-story plunge goes wrong. After some restorative time alone bearing his torso, he resumes stunt work, drawn by the promise of a reunion with his ex, Jodie. She's directing a science fiction blowout that looks like the typical big screen recycling bin, with bits from generic video games, the 2011 fantasy Cowboys and Aliens, and both the Alien and Mad Max franchises. Cue the flirting and the fighting. Leitch is a former stunt performer who has his own estimable resume, which includes doubling for Brad Pitt, whom he later directed in Bullet Train. Leitch has a company with Chad Stahelski, yet another former stunt performer turned movie director who's is best known for the John Wick series with Keanu Reeves. Working in tandem with physically expressive performers like Pitt, Reeves and Charlize Theron, the two filmmakers have, in the post-John Woo era, put a distinctive stamp on American action cinema with a mix of martial arts styles, witty fight choreography, and, especially, a focus on the many ways a human body can move through space. There are arsenals of guns and all manner of sharp objects that do gruesome damage in Leitch's movies, The Fall Guy included. Yet what seizes your attention here, and in other Leitch and Stahelski productions, is the intense physicality of the action sequences, with their coordinated twisting, wrenching and straining bodies. A signature of both directors is that they emphasize the intense effort that goes into these physical acts, which is understandable given their backgrounds. In their movies, you hear the panting and see the grimacing as fists and feet and whatever else happens to be around connect with soft tissue and hard heads. Like the impressively flamboyant practical effects in The Fall Guy, this focus on the body reads like a rebuke to the digital wizardry that now characterizes action movies. Each time Colt crashes to the ground in The Fall Guy, the moment announces his and the movie's authenticity. There's a macho undertow to this, real men, real stunts, which dovetails with how his romance with Jodie is, by turns, comically, sentimentally and, at times, irritatingly framed, including via split-screen mirroring a la Pillow Talk. Jodie may be Colt's boss, but he's the one who has to save the day after some gnarly business with the star and producer. The issue of authenticity is a thread that the story jokingly pulls with the scene in which Colt's face is digitally scanned, and in a subplot involving a deep fake. Tapping into his inner Tom Cruise, Gosling makes love to the camera and performs some of his own show-stopping moves, at one point while atop and almost under a speeding garbage truck. Given that The Fall Guy is an ode to stunt work, it's only right to note that the actors' stunt doubles were Ben Jenkin and Justin Eaton. His driving double was Logan Holiday while his double on that nosebleed of a plummet was Troy Brown. Kudos, gentlemen. Enjoying the content? Subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment to be a part of our amazing community. Your support means the world.